We'd like to sincerely thank our Patreon supporters.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Kagan and I are in the first hallway. I don't even know if I was pointing that at her properly. And I'm having a day. We just went down to Jupiter and met with Tom. We had to finalize some of the paperwork with him leaving the channel. And, you know, it was he said he hasn't been watching the videos because it was a little sad for him. And I mean, it's sad for me too. Like, we did start this together, and we'll probably get into the why later. But for right now, I'm just trying to keep pushing forward. And you guys know the stuff I'm going through. I'm having to now, whereas this was my full-time gig, I was retired walking into all of this and started this. And through the divorce, it's obviously changed everything. And the division of everything has even changed everything further. And, you know, I'm not like boohoo, I'm working. I love working. I mean, I actually love working. I enjoy building stuff, doing projects, and it doesn't matter if I'm at my house or putting a kitchen in someone else's house or building a bar on their back porch or a deck. Like, I enjoy working. I enjoy hot, sweaty, hard work. But with working, it's taking me a time, sound like Popeye. It's taking time away from my responsibilities here. And, you know, I could say, like, looking into the enclosures, like, we were about to film this video, and I'm upset that I have the grass tall or food trays still in the enclosures from feeding 2 days ago. Remember, I think I said in a past video, the more I cut the grass, the more the grass spreads. If you let it get tall and seed and everything, it wastes all of its energy in that and doesn't like to get cut. It actually shocks it quite a bit more. So if you cut it more frequently, it spreads out more and starts covering the whole enclosure. I mean, I think I even said to Kagan this week, my rooster, that I mean, I said it out loud. I'm not saying that I'm ready to throw in the towel, but I'm that kind of stressed. I am mentally stressed from everything. You know, between the work, coming home, feeding animals, doing waters, maintaining the 4.5 acre property here, stuff on the house, any small house maintenance, editing videos, filming videos, still construction projects. I'm exhausted. And I got a lot of comments before like, hey Jerry, slow down, you look exhausted. I was enjoying it then. I probably looked exhausted, but I was enjoying myself, and it's taking a lot of the enjoyment out of it. And we were gonna come out here and just film just a general update on all the guys back here. And I as soon as I got my hands on the camera, I couldn't start filming without saying how I'm feeling. I cannot wait for this court date to be behind us and I figure out what the frick is going on, because either I'm full throttle, full steam ahead. Owning this many animals requires that much attention, and I can't, I mean, it requires full-time attention. It's too many animals to do after you get home from work, and do it to the level that I am happy doing it. Today is, water changes were the day before yesterday. So we've gone one day. Yesterday was Saturday. Oh my gosh, what did we do yesterday? Well, I know I cut the grass, screened the chicken coop,
went and got supplies.
Went and purchased supplies. That took half a day to get groceries, supplies for enclosures and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah. Oh, feeding. I mean, it was a full day. So we skipped one day. Today's Sunday. Well, you know what? This is actually a relatively clean water, because this monitor was in her hide box, but a lot of them are half full and muddy because they just push all the water out. That's what monitors do. This is actually the female guru monitor's enclosure, and we suspect that she's already laid. She had dug the whole enclosure up, and I've removed the lid from the lay box, and it's all smoothed over. So I say there's eggs in the lay box. I removed the lid in hopes that she would find her hide box. Maybe we do a video visiting, like what was our intention, to just check in on some of the animals with you guys, and maybe we'll dig up some eggs. Right now, I also made another decision. I'm not pairing any animals really intently unless it's unavoidable, because the babies aren't selling, and I'm not going to produce, I mean, I'm sitting on a bunch of albinos and they're not moving, and I've reduced the price to a point where other people in the industry are upset with me for reducing the price so far. So I'm not going to try and produce more animals, drive prices of other stuff down, or I don't know. I mean, the only thing I would probably try and pair is the black throats, because no one else is really consecutively producing them. Yeah, let's walk around. Let's see if this female, still unnamed, goes into... You don't like this conversation, do you?
She's sad. Yeah,
it is. But I mean, mentally, we're going through this every day. You know, legal stuff is emotional and stressful, and if you're a doer, that's the right word for it. If you're a physical outside person, you like doing physical work, all that book work, paperwork, all that stuff, like, I'm not a malicious person, and I hate being put into that mindset. I hate all of it. I just want to be happy and move forward. That's what I want to do. But it's not letting me. Where do you want to start? Who do you want to check in on?
I don't know.
I know we're in the middle of filming a video moving the female sulfurs, so that video will be coming out, but we're not going to rush that video because we want the full move. We're trying to make it not stressful for the females, so we're not going to go and grab them aggressively and move them across the hall. We're waiting for them to walk into the transfer boxes. So give us 1 second and we'll check in on the first animal. All right, so we came in here to check on Bubba. I don't know why the flies are choosing this corner of the enclosure, but there's a whole bunch of... Did you give us a little hiss? What are you doing? That's not like you. Oh. What are you doing? So he's eating, but not heavy. But to kind of back up my theory at the end of that last video where we were concerned about Bubba, a lot of the female blackthroats just across the hallway only ate about half of their food. So I think that the heat is getting to everyone a little bit. Until the heat settles down a little bit, you know, I mean, he has the shade cloth, but this side of the hallway doesn't get as much shade relief as the other side. And he only has this croton and then that very thin plant. So he really doesn't have as much shade. And he does spend a lot of time in his hide box, which I can't really tell you if it is or isn't cool enough. I guess that's something for us to check next. But he's still hanging in there. He is eating food. He is a little chunkier than he was in that other video where we soaked him, so that's a good sign. But you still do see the little bit of hip bones that we had gotten away from, and now I see them again. It kind of looks like a female that just laid eggs. There you go. You could see it a little bit there. Not too skinny, but we would like to see a little more fat on the base of his tail. All right, we're gonna go check on Onyx next. So I feel like Onyx has been having quite a nice growth spurt. He's been pushing really hard to...
Hey, buddy.
Oh. And he just ate a bunch of eggs and some chicken that some of the other animals didn't finish up.
Look at you, shit. Wow, look at the color coming out on his neck right here.
Ah, yeah.
You're beautiful, buddy. Big noggin.
Yeah, he does. He's come a long way. He's starting to be a lot more social. He really keeps hoping that the camera's food. He looks at it, forgets about it, 10 seconds later. He's coming through a nice shed.
Mm-hmm. He's really got more color on him than I thought he did.
Yeah.
He's got like salmon pinks in there, yellows.
Those grays,
Mhm.
which are really pretty.
He's doing a little bit of a posture. And then he's like, food?
He likes to do that for me. Such a cool species to monitor. Here we go. This is where he tries to eat my shoe.
Are your toes curling yet?
Not yet. Now we're both above him. He's like, he's like nudging it. I mean, that's what you do to an egg right before you open your mouth on it. How many times have you seen him do that to an egg?
Yep.
That's funny. He's a good looking boy. And he's getting big. It's so funny. I'm looking through the camera and it really takes away from how big he is. But he's... Well, no, remember, he just ate a whole bunch of eggs and chicken.
Look at that. That's a big dude.
And that female guru is still on the screen, which I suppose is good. If we can keep her there, we can go get those eggs in a bit. All right, now we're gonna check on some of the white throats. Maybe Frosty and, oh, I'm gonna say it wrong.
Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Hey, Nico. Hey, Nico.
Well, she's climbing down. That's good, maybe.
Frosty has been investigating Pebbles' lay box quite a lot lately.
A lot, yeah. I've seen him go in there and he digs the whole thing up from top to bottom.
Hey, Frosties. You come here?
He just ate a bunch of quail eggs and a turkey egg that were left over from someone else's enclosure. So he just ate 2 days ago and then just ate again.
Yeah, you can tell. Look at that belly.
So Kagan and I were just having the conversation again about the dirt in these enclosures, and when finances allow, we're going to go ahead and get that container of that other dirt, because this dirt, just the smallest interaction, it puts that, you see how the animals have that that brown hue to them, it's because the dirt actually stains you.
He was stark white.
Stark white. He just had that fresh shed.
Yep, and now he's already back to being...
He's gonna have that color until his next shed.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we're gonna do is we'll get the dirt, and we're gonna try
look at that.
topping off 1 or 2 inches in an enclosure, and then actually probably digging out all the Okeechobee dirt from an enclosure and starting one from scratch with a cleaner substrate and seeing which one does better for the animals, because I think that we may even move the albinos outside. I think I briefly had mentioned it, but now I'm more seriously thinking it and getting the garage back and getting all the animals in one place.
This one little section of his tail where I just peeled some shed off. You can see how much
white, and then what shed just a week ago is so tan color.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pebbles is in her lay box. Giving us a little kiss. She's just hanging out in there. I don't think she's doing anything. I thought we had more promising stuff happening with them, but it was just, she may need 1 more year. The males were definitely ready.
That's crazy.
He's a good dude.
You're a very handsome boy, Frosty. When you're not covered in mud, you're still handsome. Who am I kidding? I need to digest.
It's this time of the day. This is actually a tough time of the day to film because a lot of the animals, this is their shutdown time. Afternoon is when they start finding their way back to their hide boxes and are really done for the day. We're gonna make our way over to the water monitor side. And I think I wanna see Forrest, because I think I mentioned before that he's been a little, I don't wanna say thin. Ever since he lost that half of his tongue, he hasn't been 100% his normal body weight. And I feel like he's really just now finally caught up. All right, now we're checking in on Forrest. I wonder if I could sit on this log without. I hope he doesn't get upset that I'm sitting on his log.
That's his favorite basking spot.
Yeah.
Come on, bud.
I cannot. Yeah, I mean, even his head seems a little bigger lately. Like he has just recently started to gain that weight.
Definitely the lazy time of the day. He's like, this pool's pretty nice.
What do you think that thing is? 20 gallons, 25 gallons? I mean, he needs 100 gallons of water. Is what he needs.
Buddies.
What are you doing? Yeah, this looks better. I mean, he always looks better when he comes out freshly out of the water. He's sitting on my shoe.
It's one of the funny things about him is he leans into the pets. Hey. Nice to meet you.
He suns a lot more than most of all the other monitors. Which I wouldn't think, him being black, that he would need to sun as much. I would think that he would absorb the heat more efficiently.
Just a fan.
And his plants aren't even in the ground. I noticed that not too long ago. Like, I guarantee you that plant is grown through the bottom of the pot. We can just cut the pot off that clusia, because that sucker is in the ground for sure.
And back into the water.
Yeah, that's his afternoon thing. He loves to sit in his water. So we just did a short with Lily showing how full of eggs she is. But who do you think is more full of eggs? Lily? Or if we walk across the hallway.
The street?
Yeah, I wanted to say street. Or Pinky. And it's funny is these two females they're on the same timing almost now. They're laying eggs, cycling, and everything all at the same time. Is that like a bunch of women in like an office when they work together? Am I allowed to say that? I'm probably gonna get in trouble for that. But I heard there was something about the timing.
You don't have to throw it to break it. You just kind of eat it, Lily.
Let me show them what it looks like in her lay box right now. You can lift the lid. Watch her tail. She have little tunnels dug all over the place? Or
Yeah.
not really?
Oh yeah. A big crevasse at the front and in the two back corners. Cleaning up lilies. Gulp. Smart. Go for the little ones first.
Yeah, that big one's a bit much. Does Alexander like raw eggs? I feel like I don't remember.
I think he likes the hard boiled,
Yeah.
but is picky about the raw. One more.
So funny. Perfect snack.
What do you think, Lily? Is that going to you or Alexander? I don't know, girl.
Big egg. Oof.
Yeah, girl, get it. Now, what's funny about the turkey eggs is they won't, like the thin inner membrane won't crack like a chicken egg. So she'll crack that outer shell, but it'll take a little more force to burst that inner membrane.
Look at that. We'll say the arch in the back. Look at that arch.
Oh, 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 oh.
The whole thing.
Gulp.
Down the chute.
Awesome. And it's time to release the beast.
Alexander into the hallway.
He knows now that whenever it's water change day or anything, that he gets to come out to walk the hallway. My buddy.
You're gonna walk out of your enclosure and walk right back in it? How do you know if your lizards are happy with the cages you've built them? when you have freedom and you walk right back inside.
What is that foot doing?
Yeah, what is that foot doing?
Looking for purchase, not finding it. Man, their shoes are a hot commodity today.
Oh yeah, they lock on to these shoes. I feel like they're around so many dogs and food items, and I cut the grass and weed whack in them. Who knows what smell they always pick up on them. Smelling the hose that goes in everybody's enclosure.
Mm.
And this hallway is great. I mean, it's literally letting them loose in a 4 by 50, 60 foot cage. Now, so the cage that he is stopped on, there's a male sulfur inside of that enclosure. That's where Conan lives, and that's exactly where he stopped.
And Conan has been reaching more mature.
Yep, we just noticed there's starting to be sperm plugs in his water. So, yeah, that may say something.
What do you think of Pete, Alexander?
Oh man, it's right there. It's funny, Pete doesn't give not a care in the world towards the lizards, and the lizards are almost the same way to Pete. They've been so used to seeing each other. You would think that dog would be a natural predator of the monitor lizard. No reaction. Now he would have a female in this enclosure that he's now picked the smell up. That's one of the females that we're ready to transfer as soon as we can get her to go. Oh, she's actually up on the shelf that we're going to get her to transfer next.
Little eye out of that water.
Yeah, he definitely has a slight interest on the entrance of that enclosure, huh?
Mm-hmm. Boogity, 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 boogity.
Yeah, it's cool watching them truck along. It always makes you wonder when he slows down by an enclosure, what's going on in that enclosure.
Yeah. Well, kind of an interesting thing that I'll do with some of my male snakes to figure out if a female is cycling or ready to breed, I'll let the male kind of tell me by putting him near the female, and if all of a sudden he's showing interest and wanting to go near her. What do you think, Forrest?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Alexander? That's where all the chickens are, buddy. That's where the chickens are.
He is more interested in the male enclosures. you think he would be wanting, I mean, he wouldn't want that male to come out. He's significantly larger than you, Alexander.
He's tough stuff, Alexander.
It's funny, from walking down the hallway looking at one or the other, you can't tell the size difference, but from right here I can see the Guru Sulphur's tail and look at Alexander and say that there's a significant difference.
You want to go try and go through that little spot? Okay.
Not very graceful, right?
No. And this is normally what he'll do. He'll get his fill, do about one lap, and then puts himself up. That's funny.
And that shows I weed whacked a third of his enclosure the other day, but it desperately needs it.
All right, buddy.
Now we're gonna do a checkup on some of the iguanas.
Hey, Trace.
Like Trace Leges.
Hey, babies. Hey, pretty girl.
Well, they've been doing really good in these enclosures. They're eating really well.
You want to come say hi? Here she is.
Is this Frank?
That's Angus.
Oh, Angus. Hey, Angus. What are you doing?
Being crazy.
Yeah, now he's right now, out of all of them, he's the one we would say has acclimated the least, but not in a run and hide sense. He's just, as soon as you get close to the door, he's anxious for food. Even when he's full of food, he seems like he just wants more food.
Yeah.
So he may benefit from a larger enclosure where you can walk in. She is so sweet.
It's oftentimes where I'll go to open the door and she'll jump on my shoulders. Like the other day, she jumped on my shoulders as we were walking, like going to walk through here, and I just walked down the hallway looking at other animals while she was sitting on my shoulders, checking everything out. It's been really cool to see an animal go through shed and actually maintain the color that they're supposed to be. Look at your little nub.
Her ghost leg.
Yeah.
She still moves it as if it totally functions normally. Is it hot enough for you, Pete? You may find a cool place to lay down. Yeah, she's finding her spot. It's going to be fun with them in the bar area when it's done.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can hang out and watch a TV show or something with her at the end of the day.
Yep.
Give them a little bit more freedom. And in the play area. Ooh. Look how pretty. Staring at that reflection. They do not know about that camera. So that's great to see them doing so well. And we just discussed the enclosure and if it's a rush to get them into the next larger, but they're really happy in this size. This is a 4x4x6 and it seems just perfect for them at this size.
Oh, sweetie, are you gonna come out? Oh, nope. See, I'm gonna go on top of your head. There you go. Sweetie, are you gonna come say hey?
These two are cohabitating.
Mm-hmm.
This is Sweetie.
Sweetie, the Russian tortoise.
How old is Sweetie?
Oh man, I think I got her in 2016, and she was probably already about a year old. Gosh, has it been that long already, Sweetie?
She's got one hell of a front tooth. I know it's not a tooth.
Her beak. all that new lighter color is fresh growth. She's had a huge growth spurt since coming down here. I think she really, really enjoys being in this enclosure.
Yeah.
And it's nice because it's kind of like a little cleanup vacuum system, like a little Roomba.
Yeah.
For any food that Trace doesn't eat. We can see if we can stick the camera here, but
I don't know. The handle looks like a banana. If you guys could see the handle.
hey, Angus. It wasn't a banana, was it? But he recently went through a shed too, and has a ton of really nice color on him. It is not a banana, buddy.
He is so peach and orange.
Yes.
Really handsome.
I wish you would let me get this a little closer to you. All right, enough trying to eat the camera. Oh, there's a pretty shot of his tummy. That was funny.
Now we're gonna see Frank.
Break the tank, Sinatra. And I don't know that we ever came up with a name for her. It'll come
buddy.
anytime. He's like, I was napping.
He sure was. In a pretty comfortable little spot.
Yeah. Hey, bud. But he's always ready to interact for some pets. He's a big lover boy, isn't he? He loves interaction. It's funny because a lot of times I'll come in here with food and he'll actually opt for attention over the food.
Watch her with the door.
She doesn't want to jump up. He's got more blue coming in too. You see the blue
Oh yeah.
coming in on his feet and his spines,
Pretty.
even around his head.
So originally we were worried about the amount of shade. We had 2 fronds and then we went to 3 fronds, and then a windstorm immediately came, blew one off of each enclosure, and we've been hanging with 2 fronds on each. And I think they've been enjoying it that way.
Yeah. And she has gotten a lot more calm about interaction. I mean, just the fact that she's letting me touch her tail.
She's also grown
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah,
since she
has.
got here. The size difference between the 2 is not as significant. It was a massive difference.
It was.
If you guys look back at the video when we got the iguanas, such a big difference. And now, look at how close they are.
That fly landed on her back and she immediately swatted it off.
Not like him landed on her. I don't blame you.
drum. They're so funny. You don't want pets, you just want to try and eat me. She's a lot like Angus right now. She just wants to eat and grow. Here, you can taste it. It's rubber. It's rubber. Still rubber. Still rubber.
You heard those chompers? It's not gonna be a nice little soft bite.
No, I felt it earlier. She bit my knuckle. They're
Super
awesome.
cool.
I'm really glad we got them.
Well, we were just discussing before the iguana shot that female guru has come back down, settled back on, oh no, she's back out, but now she's just above it. We're gonna wait until she fully chooses the hide box before we try to do this, because if you guys remember way back, I actually lost a female guru monitor because of, I think she went into depression after she watched me dig up her eggs. She was actually hanging on the screen. So I don't want her to be around, so we're not gonna rush it for the sake of a video. We're gonna wait for her to choose the hide box probably tonight and then tomorrow morning. So as we were saying before the other camera overheated on us, we're not going to stress her out and do this in front of her. We're gonna wait for her to choose her hide box, block her in, and do it tomorrow. But
I think getting out here and just taking time to spend with the animals helped relieve a little bit of stress, honestly. It was nice to just take the time, not worry about going through and constantly maintaining and all that stuff, just spending time with the animals to appreciate them. Right, Alexander?
yes and no. I'm still thinking about the million things I have to do.
Oh my gosh.
Still. It's nonstop.
Okay, well, I feel a little better.
That's good. That is good. If one of us feels better. I hope you guys enjoyed this this short video, checking out some of the animals. Hopefully we get some viable eggs from this female. We'll see. We have family coming in town, my nieces and nephews, my sisters, all that. They're coming in town in another day or so. So we'll have them in some of the up and coming videos. That should be fun. I know we have some plans to go down to the Everglades. We have the Daytona Reptile show coming up. There's some cool stuff that we're gonna be filming soon. So hang in there, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.